this opportunity is actually a very honor for us. Then we have Prof. Kuhat, and also the topic is the great demographic reversal, the aging societies, warning inequality, and also the inflation revival. Yeah, that actually joined author by Professor Kuhat and also Mr. Pradhan. Why it is very timely relevant? Because the world is now facing economic uncertainty to pandemic, which bring very substantial impact to industry, household, and also business as a whole. Yeah. Then it is relevant to current situation that the book also bring insightful views that may be useful for us, yeah, especially in the VR in Indonesia, to utilize the demographic bonus for us, and also the foresee the country's future economy after the pandemic.
The text is so well written and so engaging, especially even the tables and the data descriptions and the historical context, that I found the book quite compelling and quite challenging, because the text does run counter to, I think it would be fair to say, the consensus of views on a number of matters. And I feel like this book really grabbed my interest because it's looking at the entire body of the financial, economic, and social systems in a global sense. And I find that very exciting, actually, on a personal level. I think it prompts us not to ignore these massive issues that will occur on a global level.
As an historian, I would like to take you through some longer-term history, though noting that as a key point of our book is that demography and globalization have led in the past to disinflation, that we've reached a turning point both of demographic developments and of globalization, and this is likely to lead to more inflation and slower growing economies in future.
We have 5 conclusions. We think inflation is here. I don't think we need to argue that. Second, the damage done to policy visibility over the last 35 years is significant. Central banks think they have more control over inflation than they do. And markets only partially recognize something that Professor Goodell has said, is that fiscal policy also determines inflation. It's not just monetary policy. In fact, the whole argument of our book is that a real variable like demography can influence a nominal variable like inflation. Third, as Charles pointed out, green investment is a huge story and it's likely to be inflationary. Fourth, we will see lower within country inequality, but against weaker growth. And the last part, which I want to bring Charles in for, just to wrap up things, is something that we are likely to see more and more of. Over the last 30 years, central banks and policymakers have gotten along very well, but we don't think that will be the case anymore.